Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Will Lutz set to kick off.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins ready to run the controls for the Washington offense.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
The first carry now. The numbers for Johnson in last week's. 28 yards and a touch.
They're doing work, but now do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
7 yards there and a first. And their loss had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you know, time when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently. For a gain of 5. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Second down at 5. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard. Line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Number 30 on the carry. He was brought down by Denzel Ward. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he's got room. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Looks good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
Set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same flow in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6.
Now Haskins to throw it. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
So they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
8-yard line.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Tanner Muse showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
What a career he continues to have. That catch is number 815. That ties him with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
And just think about this. The only people ahead of him at the tight end position in catches, Antonio Gates, Jason Witten, and Tony Gonzalez. You catch 815 passes as a tight end in the NFL, call your tailor and get measured for the gold jacket.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and power.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Number 30.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44, Haskins.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He was taken down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
It's a gain of 17.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And finding the tight end Hooper. 11 yards there, first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Tackle made at the 9.
This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Lutz with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You can't go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. Wide open receiver complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Haskins on 1st down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Haskins back to the air. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Sack. A loss of 13 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Matt Gay on for the field goal.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. New York set to take the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you know. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect. But overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
34-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. And here's Murray.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it in short, steady bursts.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. A field goal would get him the lead. Third down.